Welcome back to another episode on the Cromford High Peak Railway. This is episode 13 now. We're kicking off again today from Harpur Hill. We left you last time just a little way in that direction. Today we're going to be having a look as far, where are we going today? Ladmanlow.
Yeah.
Just a couple of old pieces of old railway deviations again, like we've seen further up the line. So here we are, we've landed in Harpur Hill, and one of them things where you've got the map in front of you and you're just trying to piece together what went where, because again we're talking about deviations, and we've got the straight, I mean this has all been disused a long time, but the more friendly deviation straight through the middle. Well, then we've got a few more loops that seem to have come straight underneath where we're walking here, split out through there. We've got a number of lime kilns and sidings for the quarry. We'll have to show you when we get around the other side. It swings back across the top of the line that we're going to walk down. You think I'd have got a little bit better, Phil, at explaining these types of A-wire scenarios, wouldn't you?
Yeah, well, me and you both, mate.
They're never easy to put together, especially when an area has changed so much.
It's only easier once you've got back home and you've looked at where you've been. You can make it all that easier then.
And it's never great when you've got no signal either, is it?
Nope.
This is private up here. This is GXO up here. It's just going up into the quarry. Now you say we think this is where there's the tunnels for the old RAF.
Yeah, there was some war-related storage tunnels, weren't there, that went on in use quite a while. I mean, they're just somewhere going into hillside here, but whereabouts, it's just anyone's guess again, isn't it?
Don't think
They'll be marked up on maps because of the purpose of them.
they're not going to be accessible, are they? Should we have a look up here?
Yeah, I'm tempted by these steps. What's these here for?
So there's the GXO depot. We're not going to go snooping around. You've got a camera up there as well. But yeah, you can see the quarry faces there, can't you?
Yep.
There's lots of interesting things going on in there.
Plenty of CCTVs and all, I can see.
Lots of history in this little area. I mentioned it on the last episode about the RAF, Harpur Hill. Big presence here. An interesting story, munitions store, etc. All related to the railway. So let's have a look at this view from up here, shall we?
Now that's it.
Oh.
That's one of the tunnels there, look.
All right, yeah.
Yep, that's it. That's one of them. So we ain't far up, are we?
Just down there.
Yeah. So that you can see where they've been unloading stuff. Look, there's a loading dock for wagons to back onto, you see.
Right, so
and
it's in use.
that's actually a portal, isn't it, really, effectively?
Yeah. That's a shame.
Well, it doesn't matter, at least we found it.
Intriguing, isn't it? So we can see the ridge there coming round just where did we just ended that last video just there?
Yeah, just past them lorries, just a bit further around.
On that ridge just above Harpur Hill. So the line comes straight underneath here. We're going to go and follow it now. So we've seen the maps, we've seen what's going off to a point, and this is what it looks like today.
Right, so I've just had a walk down there from above where we're just having a quick look, and we noticed this portal, and I've just had to come down just to have a quick look. I mean, there's not a great deal to see, but it's nice to get up to it, so you can clearly see it's some sort of unloading point for the company that's using it to store things. Unfortunately, the shutters are down, which is a bit of a bugger, because it'd have been nice to see how it actually went into hillside. Let's have a quick butcher's around the other side, see if we can... No, it's completely sealed up, look against it. Okay, never mind. Yeah, I'm not even going to attempt to get nettle going up there. But yeah, interesting. I'd like to know what they actually, storing in there. I mean, the proximity of this track bed here, look, you probably expect that it's pretty simple just to have a siding running just off of the track bed there, and very easy to access it. And of course, it wouldn't be on maps because it's not to be for the public, is it, to know about kind of World War II storage or whatever it's used for. But anyway, it's still there, but it's behind there, unfortunately. But never mind, it was nice to come and have a look at it.
There's the embankment, looking back to where we left you last time. Right, let's get on the track bed, shall we? start. I've already thrown quite a few maps at you, trying to illustrate the difference in landscape these days. The current day public footpath follows the later, more direct alignment through Harpur Hill. I estimate 1870 to 1880 it was rerouted, but I could be wrong, maybe earlier. But in keeping with what's gone on before in this series, we can't ignore the original 1832 alignment, which loops around either side of the path that we're walking several times. So here's where we've been walking. We've had a line loop round the back here, but we're just trying to figure out what's been going on here, because look at this. Look, you can make out straight through there. Straight away the sensors were alerting.
I think it went straight over here and then looped back round to where we began video round there.
So I think it crossed over this alignment we're walking on.
Well, it went here then, was it? It wouldn't have crossed or got under it. It went here, this bit we stood on here.
But anyway, we had, even on those really early maps, this is showing.
Yeah, this is definitely old alignment from here, but what happened behind us is a little bit open to debate.
So we should see this loop that's just leaving on the right hand side here. We should see this join us again, not too far down the line. So are we just about to go underneath or around past the HSE offices then? They're just in front. Look, you can already see the cutting. It's been blasted the way through here. I don't know when this straight bit was put in. It's there on the it's present on the really old maps, the maps from the 1880s. A retaining wall there, Phil.
Yeah, look at that bit there.
Yeah. Like it's being repaired a bit, doesn't it?
Here's your old bridge, look. Suddenly arrived very quick, look.
Oh yeah.
I didn't expect it to be that high. So that's interesting, you know, because I thought this were just going to have a modern day decking slap bang over the top of a probably original abutments, but that looks quite old.
Yeah.
I think it was an occupation bridge in olden days before all this lot were built.
Does this bridge give us any kind of inclination of when this specific version of the track bed was built? Because you've got, there's some blue brickwork.
Is it,
there,
has it had a new top put on, or is it just how they'd have done it, look? Because it kind of, there's some breeze blocks there, look, halfway up, isn't they? Have they built a...
It's like limestone then, don't they?
It looks old.
Sure.
It does look old.
The same bricks though as at the bottom, isn't it? Yeah, we're going into the HSE area now.
Hazardous activities take place, probably be careful.
And we can ignore this. This is a modern bridge.
This horrible one. Let's just close our eyes and go under that one.
Give you a view looking back at that one. See that one just without the sun glaring.
I never expected such a deep cutting in this area here than what that is now, looking back at that.
So it's now evident why they've straightened out these loops through Harpur Hill. Obviously the loopy alignments we can see on those old maps, and they've straightened this out. They've just basically blasted the way through this hill, haven't they?
Yeah.
So now you can appreciate that now you've walked through it. I mean, that's quite a sizable cutting they've put in.
Yeah, it is. It's
quite impressive.
It's tidy, isn't it?
So we've just walked from in there, from in those trees, and here's that deviation, that word again, deviation, is coming in from through those where those gates are. So that answers my question: is can you have a look at that deviation? And it went off straight over there, just to the right, I'm guessing,
yeah,
of where that light
yeah.
is. So this is all the HSE site now, isn't it, we're walking through? I don't think I've ever had so many CCTV cameras. But yeah, so we're going straight down this road.
But this is new alignment, remember?
Yeah, the new one, yeah.
This is new alignment, handily being turned into a road.
So the old one goes off down there.
So that new alignment, the old alignment, is there, and it's shooting along there into the side of that building, and it stays on a shelf for quite a while before it loops, and I can see where it's looping back round down there. Look, you see that shelf?
Yeah.
So that's coming back on there. So that's another wappy loop that they've got on this.
Well, hopefully
line.
it's a bit more open over there. We'll be able to have a look at it. See through the trees. It won't show you on camera. There's some kind of tunnel there on the old track bed. If you look at Google Maps images for this, can you see that it's like a makeshift tunnel? If you look on the old, if you look on Google Maps, I mean, it's not greatly detailed around here, but you can see interesting things. And looks like there's some old railway lines or a tunnel on the alignment, on that original alignment. They do some really, really interesting stuff here, don't they, at this health and safety executive place. They had that old tube train, they were doing the testing.
Yeah, the fire test.
It were all following the 7th of July bombings, where they were trying to mimic those
conditions.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's still here somewhere, isn't it?
The old tube train.
It's in like a fire resistant tube kind of section, isn't it?
Well,
with
that's
track.
what I was wondering.
But I don't think it's there. I think it's further round.
Right.
We'll have to work it out if we get to see it.
There is plenty of stuff online. There's people who've been quite more willing than me to be trespassing on stuff like this, and I don't think you'd catch me breaking into government facilities to have a look at an old tube train.
But this road here is quite nice actually. It's kind of it's a high up embankment, isn't it? This is, and look at the embankment down there. Look, that's an older one. This one's been made much more nice and pleasant. I suppose they've had to keep appearances up, haven't they, a little bit, really?
Yeah. Well, yeah, you have to keep reminding yourself. Have a look over here. Look, the embankment here. This is Cromford and High Peak.
You might be right, Paul.
On the early maps.
That could be that. I'm not sure.
Can you see it there? It looks like that wall there. It looks like you can see it from above.
Yeah, there's a track comes out one side up to a buffer there used to be. I don't know. I'm presuming it was down the other side of it.
But that, what you can see just over there, that is, and keep calling it the original alignment. So just pan you around here, because we pretty much got that whole deviation / loop going on and way around, and go join us up on this, we'll call it a road now, this old embankment. Can you see the dry stones on that limestone embankment there? There's a couple, isn't there? And there's one just in the corner there.
But I'm looking at that, whatever that is there, look.
Yeah, that little tunnel going in.
It's just like mystery land, isn't it, really? HSE is not designed for public consumption, is it, let's be honest. So you're going to get stuff like that we'll go by and look at and say, what was that? What's this? Why is that there? You're going to get it all the way around this area.
I mean, the fact that we can see a little tunnel, there's pulley wheels above that little tunnel. And then at the other side, it's just out of view, at Ladmanlow, where we're headed to, just over there. So there we are, we've just walked over that beautiful curve of an embankment there, look. And we do, luckily, we can double back onto a piece of this original track bed here. There's a public footpath down the side of the HSE land. Cheers, Phil.
You'll be hard pressed to hear your voice. Racket, these are kicking out.
Yeah, I might talk. Just going to walk through these sheepies first. So this is it. This is the track bed, isn't it? A little bit of congestion.
Yeah, they don't like look at us, do they?
Right, after a little bit of wrestling with the gate and some nettles, look at this. It's cutting.
That's a sharp bend, isn't it, look?
It is. We're not exactly sure when this was abandoned. The 1880 maps don't seem to show it as an active railway. It's even a disused railway on there. So
it probably lasted less than 100 years then, potentially.
1832 this one would have opened.
Oh, right, okay. So not that long then?
No, 40 years. Say 1870s when they did a lot of that straightening out around Hurdlow, didn't they? There's another little culvert over there on that embankment.
Oh yeah, that's actually on the embankment, isn't it, the railway?
So yeah, it's another angle. The embankment we've just walked over, it's just curving round.
Looks good from here, doesn't it? That does.
Huge, isn't it? It looks even bigger here than when we were stood on top of it.
It does, yeah.
And then this one, obviously it's curved just through those trees here, and then it just literally just comes here. So it's not a long deviation, is it? And something else which really epitomises this line, doesn't it? Look, another one of these limestone bankings, very early engineering on the Cromford and High Peak Railway. I mean, look at the land here. It's like almost as though there's at some stage a river.
Yeah,
it's carved its way through here.
It's very flat, isn't it, on the base? It's quite strange.
Do you think this could have been a watercourse or something, and they've actually dammed it up when they've made the railway? Because, I mean, look, it is.
Kind of has a feel that water could have at some time came down from above there as a trickle, and then it broke and then opened out here. And then, like I say, what happened when it got there is open to debate, because that wouldn't have been there, would it? The embankment next to the big house in there. So, wonder what happened. I don't think maps would go that far back for you to work it out, to be honest.
Look at these big things of stone here.
That's fell off. That's
a gate post.
It's a gate post that's come off. It's pretty substantial and all, isn't it?
Just from there, yeah. Yeah, there's another one here, look, just smashed up. Well, that's not the reason I've come down here. The post. Look at that, there's a spike in there. Yeah, just come down to have a good look at this limestone embankment. Look at all the way the erosion, the way the stoneworks just cascaded down the side of that.
You seen this? What do you reckon?
Oh, I've walked straight past that.
Am I some kind of plateway sleeper detective or what? Because that's twice on trot now. I've spotted on that's one, isn't it?
Hidden in plain sight. It is 100%. That's but to say this line. I think we estimate that this bit of the route fallen out of use in 1870. So that's seriously.
To be in full view, well, it's not in full view unless you're daft enough to come down here, because I don't think many people come down here, do they, to be honest?
It's just been tossed over the side, has it?
It's just been thrown over and stayed there, yeah, for all that time. I mean, there's no canal here, is there?
Do you think that's the rope?
But this is what you see on canals. When you go under bridges, you see the rope markings, but we're not on a canal for starters.
Don't forget, this wasn't this, and it's very early days, horse-drawn.
So if it were horse-drawn, if there's rope marks on an old post, it must have been a tight angle where, you know, they've been driving horses along and the rope would have dug in on a certain, you know, tight curve or something. But it's interesting that it looks a bit. I mean, there's three. And there's one there, but you know they might have actually used them they might have put them in there to stop. I don't know. It's a bit symmetrical, isn't it?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't think the horses were here that long to cause that level of erosion. But it's good theory, isn't it?
You see it on canals, so.
Another one there, look.
Yeah, there's lots in there if you look.
That looks like an old ladder down there, look. You know what? It's quite funny. I can see more of those old sleepers down there. Now Phil spotted that one. We're seeing loads of them. Must have just spotted half a dozen. Used to digging out wooden sleepers, pointing out concrete sleepers. Now these old stone sleepers that are 200 years old.
Well, potentially any stone along here now is almost certainly.
Chances are on here they're going to be grassed over, aren't they?
But one will be sticking out.
So we've followed that footpath on this old line as far as we can get. Especially
as there's a camera just there, look, starting.
We're not going to be trespassing, like I've just said, around there on a government facility. But no, it's been nice to just have a little bit of a bonus walk on this older section. It's a shame as well. I'm not going to be flying the drone around snooping into places like this. There's so much security. It's not the right thing to do. So it's a shame, because this section here would be prime for something to have a look. I mean, I'd love to go and send it over there and just have a look at the huge embankment over there. But not to be, never mind. we're walking on the track bed again.
Yo.
It's rejoined as the original one. We're leaving. Are we still in the HSE site then? There's another tunnel there. You can see that red thing just poking out through the trees. We're about to plunge into a cutting as well, just in front. Just show you just to the right there, look, you see that? You see the quarry? That sheer quarry face over there. That's where we finished the last video.
Correct.
Where Harpur Hill Limeworks, that big Hoffman kiln is. So, just to show you haywire, the alignment of this, we've curved all the way around here. Seems bizarre when we could see Ladmanlow from up there on that last video.
Well, how many times have we questioned of a series of these walks when we've gone round a loop? We always look across and say, why don't they just come over here?
Yeah.
You know, like even
we
level.
We could see
bits that were
Minning
level.
Low for about 3 videos.
Yeah.
Didn't we?
This definitely looks like a railway cutting.
Just doesn't it?
Yeah. You got a couple of historians there. Look, they're having a quick walk to see what they can make out of railway infrastructure. They can get to places we can't get.
Probably a good time. Just to recap. If you watched that last video, I babbled on for about 18 minutes on bits of history and bits of deviations. This section that we're walking on now, the line, when the new alignment, use that phrase again, the London North Western Buxton to Ashbourne line opened, bypassed this. There was no longer a through route to Whaley Bridge. So this has been closed a lot longer than the rest of the Cromford High Peak we've been walking on. But this section was still in use as basically as a mineral railway rather than a through route. And we had the Grin Low Works.
Yeah, big works complex,
Yeah,
that one.
we'll see, hopefully we'll see the line off to that when we get to Ladmanlow. And obviously, back there as well, we had the Harpur Hill Limeworks. And this line went into a little edge shunt. Just
Eventually,
past Ladmanlow, yeah. You can see it. If you go on Cat and Fiddle Road, you can see the embankment going off into what looks like a tunnel, but it's not a tunnel. There's a photograph there with the buffers there, and I think 1950s, 1960s, I think it was still in use as a mineral, as a freight line until that time. And just on the right hand side, you'll notice this structure. That's the disused Stanley Moor Reservoir. You can see, is that a breach there in the dam? Does look like it, doesn't it?
Like a good football stadium down there.
Good, isn't it? Little amphitheatre, isn't it? Fascinating when you see. I mean, that's such a well-defined reservoir. It's a nice straight section, isn't it now?
Yeah.
You can see it all the way to where we're going. Quite a featureless, long, straight walk, that last little section. But here we are, we've spat us out at Ladmanlow. We're looking here, just on the right hand side here was a quarry branch.
Here it is. This is about the only bit we can see. Look, there's also
Gate
posts taking in. Look, you can just make out that we're a little tiny cutting. Look.
It's in there, yeah. We'll see if the drone shows anything up. Yeah, you can see that gate post there. Yeah, that's the spur, that's the branch off to the Grin Works. The Grin Low Quarry, which is just over there. I've got some old photos just to try and show you some comparison shots here. I don't know the sources of these photos off the top of my head, so I'll flash that on screen. We've got, look at this one here. Looking. I suppose I need to get on top. No, actually, I'm not going any further. It's this one. But from round about roughly here, look, just looking through the crossing gates, that bicycle leant up against the wall, the track bed going straight through here. and you can see the station on there, and that's the view today, just that house on the corner. And the track bed does go straight through there. It's not very visible now though, unfortunately, is it? And this is the road between Leek and Buxton, looking back towards Buxton, and we've got this photograph here. It's taken from roughly in this exact same spot, and the crossing gate's closed and the train going across into Ladmanlow Bridge Station. Yeah, so that's Ladmanlow. That's as far as we're going today. You can see the line curving not very well from here actually, but yeah, that next section, I know I've said this for the last 3 videos, really looking forward to getting on that next section. We're not done yet, we're just having a dip down here to see if we can get a glimpse of some of that Grin Quarry line, where it crossed the road up here. I think Phil's description of it being a little bit underwhelming, I think. Yeah, so this is the entrance to the caravan site, Grin Low Quarry, Grin Quarry. So the railway line into the quarry just crossed over the road. It's kind of arced around here. I'll show you on the maps. And then we had a big goods shed facility just over here on the left hand side, and then out into the main areas of the quarry down there. If we switch to the drone, we can follow the route of the Grin Quarry line as it leaves the main line. It passes behind Grin Row, the rows of terraced houses, before crossing the road and separating out into the various internal quarry lines. Quite a complex it was too. Oh no, 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 no.
Steady on.
Is this the swamp thing gonna try?
Are we safe here or what?
I don't know. Hello.
All right, chaps.
Hello.
I don't know about chapesses. I don't know if there's any little blokes, aren't they?
We're walking back now. We're walking back to Harpur Hill where we started from, which is just over there. Look at the view from up here. I mean, it's only there. You can pretty much reach out and touch.
So only you get so far, more like.
Two videos ago now, we were overlooking Harpur Hill village, I think. Yeah, and we've walked all the way around the other side of that hill, haven't we?
Yep.
Over there. Yeah, crackers. So that's it. Section from Harpur Hill to Ladmanlow today. Cheers again, Phil.
Yeah, no worries, mate.
Nice weather.
For a change, crikey. What have we had over the last few months?
It was only 2 sections of this line. We were
freezing his nuts off.
We was in the snow, weren't we? And it's 24 degrees today. Shorts and t-shirt weather. Brilliant. Can't knock it, can you? It's nice to be out in an evening when it's like this.
Yeah, definitely.
So, cheers to all the channel members. Anyone who buys me a coffee, sends me a super thanks. Really is appreciated. We'll see you on the next one at some stage. So, for now, from Ladmanlow near Buxton, take care. Thanks for watching.